Welcome to Review Nation, and today I am reviewing 2112 by Rush. Now, I decided to put out a poll last week and ask what classic metal rock albums you want me to review. And I put some Black Sabbath, I also put Dio, and I put a few other bands. And I also put Rush 2112. Crazy amount of votes went for 2112. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts on what I thought about this album 2112. This is a fantastic album, it really is. Now, I discovered 2112, the actual song, a year and a half ago when I was doing the reactions, and 2112 really stuck with me. I always listen to this 20-minute song. I really enjoyed, I really did enjoy. I love the overall story about a protagonist that is trapped within this dystopian world, and the priests are controlling this world, and music is no more. And this protagonist discovers music, discovers a guitar, and plays it for the priests, but they won't have it. Throughout the song, there is a huge battle between this protagonist trying to get music to the civilians, and I just love the overall concept of 2112. And you can tell that Dream Theater were definitely inspired by 2112 during The Astonishing. But 2112 is a hell of a lot better than The Astonishing. This is just a fantastic song. It is. It's 20 minutes. And there are some unbelievable intricate drum moments by Neil Peart. And amazing vocals by Geddy as well. Not to mention Alex Lifeson's amazing guitar work you're getting throughout the song. I love the intricate drum fills by Neil Peart. He's an absolutely fantastic drummer. Rest in peace, Neil Peart. A magnificent drummer. You could tell so many drummers were inspired by Neil. And unfortunately, I'm a bit late to the party when discovering Rush, but I believe I'm not going to be too late to the party, because after listening to this album 2112, I gotta say that I really enjoy Rush. I do, and I love how progressive it is. It's so damn proggy. You can tell that my favorite band, Dream Theater, were inspired by Rush for sure. You can tell other progressive metal bands like Symphony X were definitely inspired by Rush, especially with the lyrical themes. This is the king of progressive rock and the kings of progressive metal. There are some metal elements. I don't care what anyone says. There are some metal elements throughout 2112. There is, especially afterwards when you got this ripping guitar solo by Alex. You got really nice cymbal accents by Neil Peart, which overall creates the element of surprise. And especially that ending where everyone's trying to fight those priests. Everyone's trying to gain control of this dystopian world. A lot of people in the comments, once I reacted to 2112, a lot of people commented that the priests lost and the protagonists and the people that were eventually won and gained control. And I love that. And overall, 2112 is one of my favorite songs of all time. I gotta admit, 2112 is a song that I absolutely love. I can just put it on right now and just listen to it right now. The only negatives of that song, just a slight criticism, is that each part fades out. I want the song to be a little bit more cohesive. That's one criticism. Not just fade out and fade into the next part. That's just a tight nitpicking. You just had one flowing cohesive song without any breaks, without any sort of pauses. I think the song would have flowed. But 2112 is a masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. Leads on to A Passage to Bangkok. It's very interesting how Rush put a magnum opus song like 2112 as the first track. I'm still surprised maybe you could have 2112 on the last part of the album. I did actually switch up the tracks as well. So I listened to Passage to Bangkok all the way to Something for Nothing, and then 2112 came on, and I felt the album flowed a little bit better, because you'd love to have an epic as 2112 as the last song of the album. And that's another criticism for this album. Not to take away how good this album is, it doesn't really matter what flows or what doesn't. So it leads on to Passage to Bangkok, a very upbeat song, and I really love it. Love Neil Peart's drumming throughout the song, nice little drum fills throughout the song, and you get a really melodic chorus, catchy chorus. Geddy's vocals are really distinctive and warm and quite dynamic, really love the high range, and overall Passage to Bangkok would ideally be them travelling to find the best cannabis. That's all I was getting from this song. Travelling to Thailand, Bangkok, and across Europe, trying the best cannabis. Because the overall lyrics are basically telling the listener what they are doing. I do love that guitar solo. That guitar solo throughout A Passage to Bangkok is absolutely fantastic. If you are hearing the beeping at the moment, I do apologize. It is incredibly hot and windy outside, so I would just disregard the beeping. But anyway, back on track. A Passage to Bangkok is just a fantastic song, and it's a short ass song as well, but it really packs a punch. Leads on to the Twilight Zone. Love the Twilight Zone. Love the actual show, and the Twilight Zone is definitely based on the Twilight Zone. Get a really nice drawing guitar solo by Alex as well, along with Geddy's prominent bass throughout the song, which is absolutely awesome. And overall, I feel this is covering the beginning of the Twilight Zone, and Geddy's vocals are again fantastic. Fantastic. Just think, there are only 3 members in this. Shut up. There are only 3 members in this band creating music like this, creating 2112, the magnum opus of this album. The Twilight Zone is another great song. Leads on to Lessons. Very cool song. Love this song. Definitely talk about the lessons of life. It hits hard. It's quite an emotional song as well. I love Alex Lifeson's guitar solo. Really love the drum fills. Also love the intricate hi-hat by Neil Peart as well. Love how he uses that hi-hat. And Geddy's vocals are again just fantastic. Love that soaring chorus. That chorus is melodic. What's really good with Rush is they are progressive, but they can create short songs, and then they can create progressive songs in a short amount of time. I mean, it's just fantastic. There are different change in signatures throughout the song, which is overall quite a short song. It leads on to Tears. What would touch me deeper? Tears that fall. Tears is such an emotional song. Geddy expresses so much emotion throughout the song. I love the piano melody throughout the song, incorporates the piano melody, which overall creates an element of surprise. There's a nice bass lick. There's no guitar solo throughout the song, but I love the acoustic vibe by Alex as well. And again, there is some really nice drumming by Neil Peart as well. He's expressing a lot of emotion throughout his drumming. Just love the intricate use of the cymbals as well that he incorporates throughout Tears. And overall, Tears is definitely something to do with heartache. Maybe something to do with a relationship. And I love the lyrics overall. It's very strong. Overall, these 2 songs I mentioned, that Lessons, Tears, is all about life itself. And I feel like this is another mini concept. It moves on to Something for Nothing. Again, another emotional song. Geddy incorporates amazing vocal work, a nice bass line, nice synths at times, and again, I do really enjoy Neil Peart's drum fills throughout the song, especially throughout the chorus. The chorus is fucking amazing. Wow, you don't get something for nothing, you can have freedom for free. The drum fills transition into that chorus. There is a nice changing signature. There's a nice guitar solo as well, especially throughout that ending. And the ending, the conclusion of this song is just absolutely fantastic. It is. And Something for Nothing is one of the best songs off the album. So 2112 by Rush is, I honestly can't believe I didn't explore Rush years ago. But once I got into Dream Theater, then I got a lot of fans that wanted me to do Rush. And then I did 2112. I think that was my first Rush song, 2112. And I absolutely fell in love with it. So I thought after I stopped doing reactions, I would discover more Rush. And this is the first album I discovered. And I gotta say, I am so impressed with it. I really am. So my first initial listen after I listened to 2112, I was like, wow, okay, so this is really interesting. I thought all these songs were going to be long, but they weren't. After 2112, the actual song, we had some really quick short songs, but then they really packed a punch as well. They were quite lyrically expressive as well. And overall, Geddy's vocals are just fantastic. They are. Really love his high dynamic range throughout some of these songs. Yeah, so I am digging Rush at the moment. I really am. And god damn it, you can expect a few more Rush album reviews this year. I think I might go on a binge. Rush 2112. The album is just a fantastic album. Melody seep in your brain. The Passage to Bangkok is the most melodic song, but not to mention 2112 during presentation. When Geddy changes characters from the protagonist who's playing that acoustic guitar, to the actual perspective of the priest. I just love how his voice is really soft, and then all of a sudden he incorporates that yell as a perspective of that priest, and I love that. Yes, we know! I really love that part of 2112, the presentation part. Masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. So 2112 is a masterpiece. I'm giving this a solid 10 out of 10. It's a brilliant album. If you haven't checked out Rush, if you like progressive metal, if you like progressive rock, you're going to love this. This is a hell of a lot better than Moonchild by King Crimson that I heard a few days ago. I mean, what the hell were they thinking? Seriously, a little banging on the instruments and everything like that for like 6 minutes. 2112 by Rush is an absolute masterpiece. It deserves a 10 out of 10. I love 2112. I love all the other songs as well. Masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. And if they have other albums as good as this, I am going to be a big fan of Rush, that's for sure. So guys, comment below what album you want me to review next for Rush. So sound your comments below. If you agree with this album, do you think this is overrated? Do you think this is a masterpiece as well? Just sound your opinion. This is a masterpiece. To me, this is a masterpiece. I love 2112 and I love all the other songs as well. So I can't really fault it. Cannot really fault it at all. So keep discussion going in the comment section below. Subscribe if you want. And I will see you in the next